Welcome to my first ever podcast on YouTube. And it's a podcast for our new album called Noobe Pillow. And I want to introduce my guest today, which is Weatherwitch.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. How about you, Robo?
I'm doing great. Have you ever done a podcast before or an interview like this?
Not like this.
Yeah. I've done maybe 2 times where other people are interviewing me. Yeah, twice I've done it.
Nice.
But it's always different depending on, what software they use or how they work. And this is the first time I am doing it, so I had to figure out some stuff today.
Yeah. No worries.
Yes. So we decided to do this podcast. We talked about it like a week ago or so. I asked you if you were interested. Maybe we could just chat about the album, the process of making it, and people involved, and which songs we like or what parts we like and whatnot. And we decided on this date. And for me, it's December 15th, Sunday. And for you, it's December 14th, Saturday.
Yes, gotta love those time zones.
It's evening for you, it's morning for me.
Time travel.
Yeah. Well, so yesterday, the plan was just to, we'll record it, and then I can put just something on the screen, and that'll be fine. But then I remembered, like a year ago or so, I did an interview with Phantom, the guy who runs the Saga Discord server. And when he interviewed me, he was using these graphics that react to your voice. And I asked him if, can we use that for our podcast? And so yesterday we had a call and he taught me how to do this. And also we didn't have sprites for Weatherwitch yet. So he also asked his friend, like, hey, can you make the sprites for Weatherwitch for this podcast thing they're doing? And they were nice enough to do that. So before we start talking about the album, I just want to give some shout outs to the people who made the graphics. So the table and the chair sprites that you can see was made by Chara.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, you have not seen it yet, but you will soon.
Not yet.
Yes, I've intentionally not shown it to you yet, so you can see it as a surprise here and see what your reaction
I love surprises, but man, I like being spoiled sometimes.
Yeah. And then the sprites for me, Robotprins, was made by Vyndelaa. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then Weatherwitch sprites was made by RuikaskiArcade.
RuikaskiArcade.
Yes.
Very nice.
And all of these people, you can find the links in the description to their Twitter accounts. So
go follow them. They work so hard.
Yes. Thank you so much for this. And then, of course, Phantom, who helped me out with this whole thing, set it up and explained how it works and all of that. And he also edited the GIF for Weatherwitch. I guess he got the individual images and then he put them together to make it into a GIF. So I give him credit for that too. And the background was made by AniEmoN. And AniEmoN is my Japanese pixel art friend who also made all of the videos for this album. So thank you, AniEmoN, for the background. And now, so Weatherwitch has not seen what this looks like yet. So let me share my OBS screen with you.
Okay.
And, we'll see what you think. Let's see here. It's this one. Here we go.
Whoa! Oh my gosh! This looks so cool! I'm
Pretty
moving.
cool, right? So
That is awesome.
The background doesn't necessarily fit the podcast studio vibe, but it's I gotta include it. We're talking about Noob Pillow. We gotta have the room from Noob Pillow, right?
Yes, and I actually have my Noob plushie right here.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I didn't get one. Why didn't I? I'm stupid.
It happens.
Yes.
I hope Makeshift re-releases it soon because it is such a cute little plushie. Geo worked
I'm
hard on it.
Definitely gonna get one if I can.
Makeshift, you know what to do.
Yes. And it's like when he announced that, everyone and their mom was like, "I'm gonna get this," and it was like sold out. I don't know if it was sold out, but it was like so many people got it right away. So popular.
I heard it was close to 1,000 plushies.
That is crazy.
1,000 plushies, close to 1,000. It's crazy.
And it's so nice. Mm-hmm. Everyone needs it. Oh,
Everyone
talking about the
Noob.
plushie, I've asked on Twitter and on Discord if people want to submit their plushie photo, and we can make a compilation video on my YouTube channel. So, and I also asked which song they want to use, and Galactic Love seems to be the one that we'll be using.
Yes, Galactic Love sweep.
Nice. So I'm looking forward to some more submissions, but the ones that people have given me looks very cute and very creative, so I'm very happy with that.
Yeah.
Yes. So me and Weatherwitch, we have been working on music together for like 3 years now.
3 years.
Something like that, right? I forget. Like the first thing we ever made was AniMix.
AniMix.
AniMix. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
I think.
My name is Ami. It's from a Noob pumpkin soup.
Yes, Noob pumpkin soup. Strolling to the grounds.
Yes.
The non-canon song. And she speaks in her mind.
This album is also non-canon, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she can sing. It's
yes.
But yeah, we've been working on music for like 3 years now, but this album is the first one. This is the first album we released. Before that, it was just individual songs that we did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so let's talk about the people involved. So
yes,
first it's me, Robotprins. I made the music and I made the lyrics. Sometimes you make the lyrics for our songs, but this time there are only 2 songs with lyrics, and I made those one. So that's how it went this time. I think when you make a song, it becomes the lyrics for a song. It becomes more like a lore, like for New Pumpkin Soup is like that. It's become very like.
It was a theory of how Ami found Noob, but it's non-canon.
Yes.
Or not canon. Sorry, not canon.
Not canon. It's non-canon, not canon.
It could be a spooky campfire story.
I mean,
a spooky made-up legend.
Yeah. So, of course, Weatherwitch, who is the voice of Ami in Saga, she did the vocals for this album. Thank you so much for working with me on this.
Of course. It was so fun.
Amazing as always.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. So, and then my Japanese friend AniEmoN, he made music videos, and man, did he do a good job.
He went so hard with these music videos. It's amazing.
It's just, I can't thank him enough for this. It's not like I tell him my ideas and he's like, well, but my original thought was like, well, we can make one music video and then I can just reuse something and put it on the other songs. But he is like, no, let's make 6 individual videos. And he did. And it's crazy. And he's so good. He's such a nice style. What a pro. And last and definitely not least is Geoexe, who made album artwork. That pillow, it's so nice. That's I think everyone wants that pillow in their home if they could. But I don't think that's got to be on a makeshift.
I mean, if the people buy more plushies, if it gets re-released, maybe. Looking at you, makeshift, if you're listening.
What? Yeah, what if that was a thing? Now we're talking it into existence. But I think, this is my favorite album artwork by Geoexe so far. I really like it.
He did a fantastic job. It looks so comfy. Like the artwork and the aesthetic of it is just chill vibes all around. I love your artwork, Geo, as usual.
Me too.
You are amazing.
Yeah. Yes, very, very happy. I know he's busy working hard on episode 9. Yes. So I'm glad he took a little bit of his time to do this for us. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Geo.
All right, so now let's talk about the different songs in this album.
Sweet.
Yes. So where it all started was Galactic Love. Galactic Love is the 5th song on the album, but it was the first song that I started working on.
It was the first one that started it all.
Yes. And I just looked this up today, and I saw that I made the first live stream January 28th this year for this song. So it literally started in the first month of this year, and we finished the album now in December. So it's
crazy.
It's been a 2024 album. Yeah. So Galactic Love was originally just thought to be a single. I didn't think about making this into an album or anything. It was just like, usually when I and Weatherwitch talk about making a new track, we'll say, what should a theme be? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe I suggested, like, let's do space. And that's how it started, I think. And at some point you said, oh, space, I want to call the track Galactic Love. Even before I started working on it, I think you told me that. Like, that's a nice track name.
I was workshopping names, and the first one that came to mind was Galactic Love.
Yes. We hadn't made any lyrics or anything. It's just the track name should be Galactic Love. So the lyrics were then thought. I started working on the lyrics based on this idea. But yeah, Galactic Love. So I started working on it in January, and it went well, but I sort of got stuck a little bit in the middle there, and earlier this year, I got married, and there was like different things that needed to be prepared for that. So I was a little bit distracted too, I think.
It's a big life step, a big life accomplishment.
Yeah. But that's why I think a little bit was like somewhere in my brain I was a little bit distracted, and somehow I got stuck on this song. I liked the first half, like how it was going, but then the second half I wasn't sure like how I wanted it to go. So, but after I made the second verse, I showed this to Weatherwitch, and she really liked the second verse. And it's this like a glitchy version of the first verse, and she said to me, "This sounds like a ringtone." I'm pretty sure you told me this when I was making
Yes.
it.
So as soon as I heard that part of the song, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is tickling my brain. And as soon as I went to sleep, I heard that part of the track in my dreams. And usually when I have dreams about Robotprins' music, I get this creative epiphany. So I woke up and I'm like, Robo, we need to make this a ringtone immediately. It would go so well.
Yeah, that's how that started. I had no like plans of making this into a ringtone or anything, but it was like Weatherwitch said, like, "Oh, I love this part. We got to make this into a ringtone." It's like, huh, yeah, maybe that would work. So then, instead of continuing working on Galactic Love, I started taking this small part and looping it and see how I could make it into a ringtone. And I uploaded Amy Galactic ringtone to my YouTube channel and said to people, hey, feel free to download this and use it as your ringtone. And it was pretty popular. I think people enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. I know I enjoyed it.
How that happened. Yeah. And then after that, I was like, I felt very inspired. Then I started like thinking, oh, maybe I can make this Galactic ringtone into its own full song. And that's how I started working on Noob Pillow.
Noob Pillow.
So Galactic Love evolved into Noob Pillow. It's kind of interesting how that happened.
Isn't it weird that Galactic Love is kind of like a Pokemon? It just kept evolving.
Oh, yeah. All right. I mean, the end result also so different from what I first had planned.
Yep.
So I'll share something maybe technical about this. Like the reason. Well, so one person on YouTube recently commented on Galactic Love and said like, "Wow, these chord changes are crazy. Like, I could never think of something like this. Like, it's really cool." And well, there is a reason for this. So I wanted the song to end with the Amy Galactic ringtone part and fade it out. But to get to this part smoothly, I had to make some choices on how I wanted to make the chord progression. So that's sort of what my thought process was. I have the first half and I have the ending. What do I do in between? And how can I connect this? So that's sort of how I changed keys multiple times and did a bunch of like interesting chord changes, and then eventually I got to the ending, the Amy Galactic ringtone part. And one part about like the key changes at the end before you go to the Amy Galactic ringtone part, I wanted it to be uplifting. When I got to the Amy Galactic ringtone part, the part before this needed to be a key that is lower, so that when I get to it, it feels uplifting. So there's thoughts like that went into the process of how I made this song. Yeah. What do you think about that?
That is quite a thought process. And you know what? It worked. It became something beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. It was very experimental. And it's nice to have a guitar melody the second time. I thought that worked out pretty
Yeah,
nice.
you love guitar solos, dude, and you rock it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love guitars. So, balance, though. For me, it's all about balance. If you have too much guitar all the time, then maybe it's a little bit boring. So I want to mix it up with different styles, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I think Galactic Love maybe is my favorite track on this album. Well,
It's my favorite too.
Yep. We both like it. And it seems like people on YouTube also likes it the most.
Oh my gosh, it's getting close. As of recording right now, it's getting close to 10K views.
Yeah. It's
That's crazy.
Before we released it, I was wondering like which one of these tracks are gonna be the most popular. And yeah, I didn't think Galactic Love was going to be because it's more of a ballad. But yeah, Galactic Love has been the most popular on YouTube. On Spotify, it's not. But that's what's interesting, you know.
It's so interesting. It's popular on one platform, yet something else is on the other.
But also
are weird.
The music video is so good.
Yeah.
I think that is also part of it.
Anamon's magic, man.
Yes, definitely. He knows what he's doing. Oh, do you know? He told me, or he told on a stream I watched of his recently, why his name is AniEmoN.
I've been wondering about his name. Why is that?
So AniEmoN, it's two words that he put together. So one of them is animation, and the other one is emotion.
Oh,
emotion. So it's like Ani, Emo, and then he has an N at the end. So AniEmoN. That's how you pronounce it.
AniEmoN.
That's how you pronounce it in Japanese. So AniEmoN.
Really? AniEmoN.
Yes.
Cool.
It's like a Pokemon, you know, AniEmoN, I guess.
AniEmoN.
And I don't know if you know this character, but there's a famous Japanese manga character called Doraemon.
Yeah, I heard of it.
So people often think of that when they hear his name, like AniEmoN. It's like Doraemon, but it's then he said, well, actually, it's these two things, animation and emotion put together. So he puts a lot of emotion into his animation.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
the people in my street are racing their Autobots again, so pardon the car noise.
I don't hear it too much, but yeah, should be fine.
Okay.
Hopefully. Maybe Discord is removing.
I can't control the Autobots around here. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
or Decepticons. Yeah. You never know.
That's okay. Not a problem. All right. So the second track is Noobe Pillow.
Noobe Pillow.
Noobe Pillow is the second track of the album, and it's the second track we talk about. Noobe Pillow. This one, it's the only one that has a long guitar solo in it.
Yep.
That's that is just me wanting to do a long guitar solo. So that's how that happened. It's not what you know, makes a popular song necessarily, but it's fun for me to do a long guitar solo. And I enjoyed it. And I like fusion, so it's kind of this fusion spacey song.
So that's what it's called.
Yes. Like, well, fusion is usually, in music terms, it's like the mix between jazz and rock is often called fusion.
That explains a couple of songs that I like.
Yeah. But it's like electronic fusion or something like that. I guess you would call fusion. It. And it's a little bit ambient, and it's a little bit spacey, and you know. are not necessarily singing on this one, but I'm using your samples.
It's
so
really
it becomes,
cool.
becomes the melody. Yeah. It's a fun track. Oh, and the music video again.
The music video looks so fun. Just Noob jumping around with the little blue. His name is Pudding, right?
Yes, Robot Pudding.
Robot Pudding!
Yeah, it's so much
I
fun.
gotta ask, is he blueberry flavored pudding?
Oh, I don't think he is. Well, I mean, the lore behind him is that he is a what do you call it? He's like a mistake. So there is Robotprins arch nemesis Undman. He makes evil puddings in his castle. And he gives them to the villagers so that when they eat them, they become evil. But one of these puddings didn't become an evil pudding. Instead it became a happy,
a happy pudding.
so it was thrown in the garbage because it's a useless pudding. It can't
Spoiled
be used for
pudding.
evil. Yes. And then Robot Pudding found him when he went to Undman's castle. And he picked him up and it's like, oh, I could use you in my journey to make me happier when I feel down. So he's always happy and he's always, cheering Robotprins on. He can't really fight or anything. He just jumps around.
Just jumps around. I noticed he jumped around a lot with Noob. It's so adorable.
Yes. It's so this is also this is not part of the actual Gwen Saga lore at all. But it's fun to see Robot Pudding jumping around with Noob for me.
They look like they are best friends already.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Noob? Yeah.
It's like two dogs or something. They just
Yeah. Well, Noob is a baby dragon.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's a little dragon.
I never knew this. For some reason, I thought Noob was like a robot, but I obviously don't know anything.
I thought for the longest time he was like a little jack-o'-lantern puppy, but no, it's a baby dragon.
That makes sense. Oh, do you think there will be a evolved version?
I don't know.
At some point? Yeah, that would be interesting. Like
that would be sick.
In the last episode, like Noob just becomes this majestic dragon and helping Geo fight or something. Or
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Oh, that would be an interesting. I wonder if Geoexe will listen to this.
If he does,
maybe he'll get a nice idea. Hi, Geo.
Hi, Geo.
And of course, in this track, I'm very happy to see Robotprins playing the guitar.
Yes, he was shredding that guitar.
Oh, baby. Yeah, that's super cool. Like, and he did really well. Like the left hand, you can't like do that much with it, so it's just moving. But the right hand, it's like it's syncing with like when the notes are accented. So he did a really nice job, like making it look realistic.
That is awesome.
As realistic as it can be. Yeah, it's not just like random up and down. It's like he's listening to the melody and like trying to make it. When I'm doing a long note, it stops, and then when it does like something short, it moves up and down quickly. So
now I'm curious as maybe he could pull that off with my flute playing someday. I don't know.
Who knows? I didn't know you. Well, actually, I did know you played a flute. You told me once, but I forgot.
Actually, most people don't know, but I used to play the flute ever since 5th grade, 4th grade. I got into it because of a this is silly, but it's special to me. I got into flute playing because of a video game, and playing it just feels so nice.
Video
and it's
games
fun.
are not silly.
They are not silly.
They are not.
You know
silly.
what? Why should I be self-conscious? You know, I'm just going to say the game. I got inspired to play the flute thanks to a game called Knight's Journey of Dreams.
Oh,
and I love the character
I don't know
Knight.
this game.
Yeah, I love the character Knight so much that I found out they play the flute, and I'm like, oh, I want to be just like that. So I took up the flute, and I was surprisingly good at it. I did get some lessons, of course, but it felt so fun and natural to play, and I took it with me every time I moved to a different state. I made regionals. I almost made state in South Carolina. But
wow.
Anyways, yeah.
So you're really good at playing the flute.
Yes, but unfortunately I had to put it down because of recent events, and I haven't been able to play it lately, but my weather elders, they're musicians too. And they're like, oh, you should pick up the flute again. We should play together. And I played actually recently in the summer. I have to work on my breath and embouchure. It is so rusty. I'm like, I'm running out of breath here. Hang on.
Good exercise.
Yes, good exercise. Practice makes perfect, everyone. Don't lose that.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you ever... If you can record, it would be interesting to hear it sometime.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I do gotta practice, though. Before anything, I gotta practice.
That is true.
I could impress the weather elders with this.
I mean, I record guitar and I record piano, but I have to say, like, recently, I don't practice that much either. I'm more focused on, like, making a song or like making a video or something like that. So I've also been I've just not been in the habit of practicing, you know. Like when I was younger, it was like after I get home from school, it's like, okay, let's practice the guitar for an hour.
Yep.
But it's not been like that recently. So, but I like when I get into practicing, it's great because you see some progress and you see some like, now I'm able to play this song or something, and it's fun. I want to get into it again. But it's priorities. What should I spend time on? So it's like
life priorities and being an adult.
That's right. Oh well. So yeah, I think that's about it. Talking about Noob Pillow.
Yes.
Let's go to the next song, which is Chili with Chili Ringtone. So after I made the Amy Galactic ringtone, I started making some other ringtones. And of course, since Chili with Chili is one of the biggest songs I've made, I just thought, let's try and make one for Chili with Chili. So one day I did, and it went pretty quickly. I just sat down and made it one day, and then I don't think I've worked on it that much more than one day, but that's the try.
Wow. That's pretty fast.
I'm trying to figure out like what the process of making this one was. Because I'm definitely reusing something. I'm taking the Amy Galactic ringtone and I'm reusing the like arpeggios and the instruments, and then I'm just changing it to the Chili with Chili melody, and that's about it, I think, for this one. So it was a quick song I made, but people seem to enjoy it, and I also uploaded this to YouTube with the scene from Going Saga episode 7, the fighting scene.
Yes.
Before the release, so people
the Marlo versus Luna scene. That was
exactly.
Such an epic fight.
Oh, yeah, that's the start for me as far as Queen Saga goes. Because before that, I didn't know what Queen Saga was.
Wow.
Yep. Well, people who have watched my live streams have probably heard this story a couple of times, but Geo asked me if he could use this song, and I didn't know who he was, and I didn't know what Queen Saga was. And it was just a person on Twitter asking me, can I use this song for my video? And I was like, oh, sure. Just give me credit in the video. And then he said, thank you. And then I didn't hear from him again until the release where my Twitter blew up. And then I was like, what is going on?
What is happening?
What is happening right now? And then I had to like remember, like, oh, maybe it's this guy who asked me like 6 months ago. Oh yeah, it's probably that one. And then I looked it up and it's like, oh
my.
Oh, he has like 200,000 subscribers. What? There are like 6 previous episodes. And then I watched the whole thing. And of course, my scene, it's like, wow, man, I can't believe I'm involved in this. It's so cool. So,
that is crazy.
Yeah, this is a nice track, I think. It's similar to the Amy Galactic ringtone. It has this kind of ambient. Most of the tracks on this album is ambient, spacey, some chiptune. Yeah. How else would you describe it? It's like some people say, like, "Oh, I want to study to this kind of music, or fall asleep to it, or." Yeah, relaxing music, I guess.
It's definitely relaxing, but it also puts, for me at least, it puts you in an adventurous mode because I've seen the fight scene with Fight Chili with Chili, and then I hear the ringtone, and I'm like, ooh, an ambient hype song a little bit.
Yeah. I guess the next one, Ikik Baby ringtone, is more. It's even more like a relaxing track.
For the longest time, I thought it was pronounced Ikik Baby.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's you wouldn't know because Ikik comes from Japanese. That's why.
No wonder.
Yeah. So this it comes from a word called ikemen, and ikemen means handsome in Japanese. So instead of saying men at the end, I said baby, and it's called Ikik Baby. So it's like a handsome baby. The reason for this is I watched a anime called Reborn. I think it's called Reborn. Yeah, and there's this character there that is like it's a baby, but it's also a gangster, and or something like that.
Wow.
I even forget what the story is, but when I was making this track, I was watching that anime, and for some reason I thought of this title, and that's why I just named it that.
That's so cool.
And it probably has everyone confused because everyone doesn't know like what is this, like
what is this, and now they do.
Now they do. Yeah. But yes, this one also was something that you prompted me to make, because you told me you should make a Ikik Baby ringtone next, like. And I was not necessarily planning to do that, but I'm like, well, let's do it. Fight Chili with Chili was pretty popular. Let's try to make an Ikik Baby ringtone too.
And you were live streaming it too, and I remember you were saying, "Oh, I need to get some samples and stuff," and I'm like, "Say less," and I went immediately to my computer and started recording.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you did it during the live stream.
During the live stream, I was like, "Hold my noob," and just
Hold my noob. That's great.
Hold my noob.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You were so hyped. Like,
Yep.
and then like 10 minutes later, I got your samples and I put it in the song. It's like, oh, I like this vibrato. Oh, I can use this
Vibrato,
vibrato.
the da 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 da.
Yeah. And it was a great way of ending a melody. Like that note was perfect. So I just used it in many places in this track. It was so good. It was very spontaneous, you know.
Very spontaneous.
Yeah.
Then again, aren't all these tracks spontaneous?
No, I don't think all of them are spontaneous because I think most of my tracks, I sit with them for a long time. So they like the Galactic Love took a long time to make, and I had to like think about it and consider things and whatnot. But Ikik was pretty spontaneous, like just okay, let's try this, let's try that, and then it was done. So and Fight Chill with Chill was also like just okay, I have this idea, let's try it out. And AniEmoN Galactic Ringtone was also pretty spontaneous, but but yeah, no, some of these other ones I had to sit with. You know, you make something, then like, I don't know, and then you remake it, and then you try it a couple of times, and then you get something. But for this ones, it went pretty fast.
Yeah.
And so I also uploaded this to my YouTube channel before the release of the album, and it was super popular. I was so surprised.
Did. Crazy. It did. Awesome. Super fast too.
Oh yeah. People really enjoyed it. And I heard from people that I hadn't heard from in a long time. It's like, I love this Ikik Baby ringtone. It's so magical. And it's like, oh wow. I made this in like
I heard well,
2 days,
not heard, but I read some comments that it actually got some people emotional, and I'm like, you know what? I could see it. It did get me emotional too when I first heard it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds so beautiful.
Yeah, something happened when I made this. It worked. It was a simple idea, but it worked out. Sounded really nice. The combination of the different elements, you know, the piano, arpeggio, and then we have the vocals and the chip tune parts and the pads and whatnot. And then after I had made the basic part of the song, I added guitars the second time, guitar melodies to it too. And this, I think, made it more into a proper song than just a ringtone. But all of these three songs, like AniEmoN Galactic Ringtone, Fight Chill with Chill Ringtone, and Ikik Baby Ringtone, they have this ringtone element in them in the beginning, you know, the
going back to the early 2000s with downloadable ringtones.
Oh, I just remember these are not called ringtones on the album anymore. I have to call them Galactic Version instead of ringtone, and there's a reason for this. So first, when I uploaded it to CD Baby, the company I use for distributing my music, I wrote ringtone, like Ikik Baby Galactic Ringtone, and then they sent a mail back to me and said, we don't accept ringtones.
What?
So you can't put a ringtone on Spotify, for example, and probably some other platforms too. Like, oh, I see. Like, they don't want to have ringtones on their platform. So just by calling the song ringtone, it gets flagged.
Oh my.
So, okay. Well, if you listen to it, it's not really a ringtone. Like, it is a proper song, but it could be used as a ringtone or an alarm. But
there's apps for it.
But for me to be able to distribute it, I had to change the name. So instead of calling it Ikik Baby Galactic Ringtone, I called it Ikik Baby Galactic Version. So that's the reason for this.
Yeah.
No, but super happy with this song, how it turned out. And with all of these songs, they were not planned to be part of an album necessarily. They were just individual songs at first. But I wanted to put all of the songs that I made during the year into one album so I could release something. And that's why these ringtones also ended up on the album. So we got 2 more songs, and it's Wake Me Up is the first track of the album.
Wake me up.
Wake Me Up. This is an interesting
Come on
one.
and wake me up.
We got so many comments in the beginning that talk about the Evanescence song.
Yup.
Yeah, it's funny. But I was thinking about the Wham song first. I'm not going to sing it just in case. Yeah.
I think
yeah,
I know
Wake Me Up Before
song.
You Go.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
Wham!
There might be more tracks that are called Wake Me Up. But yeah. I was like, I hadn't thought about the Vanessa song in so long. And it's like, oh, I remember this song. It was funny.
Yep.
This song I started thinking about it when I was on the train, actually.
Ooh,
one morning,
train.
I went to work and I was on the train and I was like thinking about this in my head. And it's like, this is such a good idea. When I get back home, I have to put it in my computer so I don't forget it. I have to like start composing it. And then I think I shared it with you. It's like, can you sing Wake Me Up? And then you send some files to me and I put it together. And at first it was sort of, because I had been making these other ringtones, I thought this could be like an alarm clock. So I didn't think of making this into a full-length song, but rather just something short that you can use as an alarm. But with time, because I wanted to release this as an album, I also wanted to make this one a little bit more into a longer song. So that's how I added some extra sections, and now it feels more like a long song. Yeah. This one is it's a fun song. You showed I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you showed me a video of some kids dancing to it. It was I think kids might like this song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to share any more details on who
yes,
it is.
out of respect
yes.
of privacy, but
yes,
I will say kids love this song, and I know for a fact because I've seen it. It's adorable.
It's such a joy when you see like kids dance to your song. It's like, oh man, I did something good. I made something good.
Yep.
Yeah. Kids don't lie. They just enjoy. Yeah.
And I use Wake Me Up for my ringtone too, or alarm
you're doing?
wake up tone. Yeah. I still have it.
It's been around. I don't remember when I started working on it. Did I start working on it like in June or something? In May, maybe even?
I want to say it was around August, probably. Maybe.
Really? No, I think I started earlier than that. I don't know.
I think so. I don't know.
I didn't
this
put
year
anything.
Has been such a blur.
I mean, let's see. I can go to my Patreon page and check, because when I released the like first demo of it, I put it on Patreon too.
Yeah.
So it should be on my Patreon.
I'm sorry.
somewhere.
This year has been such a blur for me. Like, I'm mentally stuck in March.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling down. Wow. It's in April.
April?
Yeah.
Oh my
first
gosh.
version. So I could just read what I wrote on April 3rd. I said, after making the Amy Galactic ringtone, I felt like making more loops like this. On the train to work 2 days ago, I had this idea in my head with Amy singing Wake Me Up. After a day of thinking about it, I got home and made it. I feel pretty happy with as a simple loop like this, but it could also be longer, so might experiment with it some more.
Yeah.
So April 3rd is when I started. Yeah, I
April
knew
3rd.
it was early, like that when I started working was early, but it took a while before I actually finished it.
Yeah, I remember now. That was the week after my Mochi Fest appearance.
Oh.
Yeah, it's coming back to me.
Yeah, and you must have then sent me what you recorded for it before April 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took time to finish this. I started working
really
on many
did.
things, but then it was my wedding, and it's like, I think in June I was just like, I'm not gonna do any music right now. Let's just be focused on an important day.
Yeah.
So, and then I went back to my country and was there for like almost a month. So when I got back to Japan, where I live now, I was like, okay, let's focus. Let's finish these songs that I've started. Let's make this into something. I was very motivated to do that. And that's how the idea for making all of these tracks into one album came. Before that, I hadn't decided at all, like, that this should be one album. Okay, so the last song on the album is Sweet Dreams.
Sweet Dreams.
Yeah. Do you use this one as your go-to-bed song? Sleeping song?
I have a lot of sleepy music or kind of zen music to help me calm down and go to sleep. So the idea of this one, it really fits in with my playlist, and it helps me calm down and vibe.
Yeah,
it's a really
nice.
pretty song.
This one
especially Noob sleeping.
Oh yes, I like that sound effect. It's a nice.
You did wonderful with that.
And the music video, yeah, it's very cute. But yeah, you tested it before we released it. Basically, it's like, is this good enough as a, sleep song, relax song? And you tested it, and you said, I fell asleep to this song, so it's working.
Yep, it worked. 100% guaranteed.
As far as what my inspirations for this song is, well, so somewhere in my head I thought about Kirby, because Noob is a little bit like Kirby. So I wanted it to sound a little bit like it could be in a Kirby game, maybe something like that. And another thing is, one of the chord progressions in the song is inspired by one of my favorite games ever, which is Shining Force 2.
Ooh.
Or Sega Genesis. And the song Elven Town, I think it's called, that chord progression is one of my favorites. And I used part of it basically in this song, Sweet Dreams.
Nice.
So maybe some of you guys will try to figure that out. Or maybe not. But yeah, that game, I love it so much. I should play it again. I have done a live stream of me playing it, and I think I even finished it on my YouTube channel, which you can check out.
Yeah.
By the way, which is your favorite video game?
My favorite video game. I have so many.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've been addicted to Splatoon ever since 3 came
Oh,
out.
nice.
But of all time, it would be Nights into Dreams.
Nights into Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of game is this?
So it's like a 3D flying game. It originally released on the Sega Saturn back in the late 1990s. Then it had its sequel on the Wii called Journey of Dreams, the game that I mentioned that inspired me to play the flute. And it got a remaster, at least the first game did, for Steam. And I love the simplicity, and you fly around through rings and capture like these dream spheres and battle bosses. I like the flying mechanics of it all. Like if I had my own game, it would be flying based just like that.
Is it a bit like Zelda or something like that? Is the game like adventure?
It's more of an arcade 3D platformer type of ordeal.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yep. It's not something I have played, so
you should give it a try. And Splatoon as well.
Yeah. Well, you can comment in the comment section about your experience with this game if you have any.
Yeah.
Sure, the people who listen to this have played many games. Oftentimes, when I ask this question, "What's your favorite game?" I end up not knowing it. I played a lot of. Oh yeah, man! I played a lot of RPGs and a lot of like JRPGs and this kind of thing, but I guess I didn't play a lot of platformers except for Mega Man, like the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man 3 is probably my favorite, but recently I love Mega Man 5. Like the music is so good in Mega Man 5, and overall like the artwork and is peak to me. So
yeah.
Well, next we can well, I mentioned before that like I made all of these songs, but I was not sure how to release it. So after I go back to Japan, I decided to make this into one album. So then I started talking to AniEmoN if he could make a music video for this. And at first I was just asking him to make a music video for Wake Me Up. So he started working on this. And it came out great. Then we talked again, and then he decided to make all 6 videos for the album. And AniEmoN is an amazing pixel artist who does both animation and pixel art, but especially his animation is top notch. It's very professional, and it's it's also original, I think. His style.
Yeah, it's original.
And he didn't know Gwen Saga before I asked him about this. So he started watching Gwen Saga and learning about it, and he was very impressed with Geo's animation style and the variety of graphics that he could make, because Gwen Saga has a lot of styles in it.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it was like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to make that, but and then I showed AniEmon's video, like Wake Me Up to Geo, and he was like, wow, this is so cool. And so then he was amazed. So I think they both respect one another.
Nice.
Which one of AniEmon's videos is your favorite? Or do you have something you want to share about AniEmon's videos?
Oh man, I have to choose one.
Well, you don't
I
have
love
to.
all of his videos, but if I have to choose one, I like Noobe Pillow.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's just so adorable, just Noob and Pudding jumping around and you shredding on that guitar. It's just, I love it.
Oh, it's so good. My favorite is Galactic Love, but yeah, Noob Pillow is also amazing.
I swear, Noob Pillow and Galactic Love are just top one contenders, or the first place contenders.
Yeah.
They're both my favorite.
It's true. Like, I don't think he was going to put this much work into Noob Pillow when he started making it, but then the more I showed him the artwork that Geo had made, and he saw that big fluffy pillow,
big Noob Pillow,
and was like, "Oh, I gotta use this. It's gotta be." It's like, before you even started making the video, he just sent me like a big room picture image, like that, and then I could see that it was there, the pillow. Like, wow, this is so cool. So he has this like big room that he uses throughout all of the videos, and then he goes like left and right and zooms in and zooms out, and then the different characters are doing stuff in the room. But like that, the room design itself is amazing.
Yeah.
And it really ties it all together. Because like the album is, first she wakes up, and then it's like she's doing different things, and then at the end she goes to bed. So it's all happening within this one room and it's one album. And because of AniEmoN, like it now feels complete.
It really does.
But the Galactic Love video, I thought was super cool, and it was cool to see that he could make her sing. Like the mouth is moving. And I watched him when he was doing this, or some of it, and it's like he was listening to your voice and was trying to time the mouth so it does like it becomes round when it's like an O, or it becomes
the vowels.
The different vowels, like it becomes thinner if it's an E or something. He tried to. He had like 3 or 4 different mouth shapes that he timed with the lyrics. It's pretty technical. It takes a lot of time to do it for the whole thing.
I tried that before. It is very, very hard.
He didn't know if it would work. But then he tried it and he's like, "Oh, this works. This works. Yes.
It works."
He was very happy about that. But yeah, and for me, Galactic Love, the part at the end when you say, "You're my galactic," and I love in the background there's this love written in like pink, in pink letters.
All the pink
over the city. It was such a nice touch. He really understood what I wanted to do. I think of this song a little bit like a musical, you know? So that's like the climax, you know? So for the song, I wanted it to be like a build up to when she says love. And then he, without me even saying it, he heard it and he understood that that's how the animation should be.
That is awesome.
Yes.
AniEmoN is so talented. Man. He deserves so much love.
Give him flowers. And
I would, but I'm all the way over here.
That's true. So if you liked AniEmon's... Yeah. that would work. You can actually do shipping like with Amazon in different countries. From
I might have to try that
out. So you don't like need to be in that country for it to be shipped from that country's storage. I have never done it, but I know like some of my friends have had that done to them. Like someone who lives who is from the United States but live in Japan, they had like something sent to them through the Japanese Amazon.
I need to try that out someday.
Yes. But yeah, AniEmoN is amazing, and he made another video for me for Friend Force 2. So if you like his style, you should definitely check out that one.
Absolutely.
It's very cool. And he's making another one for me right now. And he has been working on it for a long, long time, actually.
Ooh.
And it's close to being finished. But, I distracted him with this one now. But he's like, oh, we got to carry on this momentum now. And I have to finish the video I was making for you before. So he's making a music video for a song called AAA that I made a long time ago. So he's making a music video for this that is sort of like the story of Robotprins, like from the beginning until now. It goes through all kinds of scenes that are in the Robotprins lore.
Message to the viewers, if you want to see this video, you should subscribe and follow AniEmoN.
Yes. And also, I think we will upload it on my channel, though. But you should also follow him, and whenever he does live streams,
yes,
check out his work. He only talks Japanese, or sometimes he talks a little bit English too, but in general, he doesn't understand English. So he will use Google Translate when people send him stuff in English. Yeah.
Gotta love Google Translate.
Well, you have experienced this yourself a bit. You watch a few of his live streams.
I did.
Yes. He's such a kind guy, though.
He is. Would love to learn more Japanese, though.
One of these days.
Yes, one of these days.
You could try Duolingo.
I
don't know if that helps too much, but...
I heard legends about Duolingo, especially the owl.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty nice for just like casually learning and making it makes it into a game, so it's sort of easy to get into, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, well, the only other languages I know is Spanish.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I wish I knew Spanish. I should study Spanish eventually.
Mm-hmm. I'm Latina. My dad's from Panama, so Spanish, I hear it all the time. I'm just a little bit handicapped in it because I need a translator so I know that I'm saying it right.
True. I mean, if you don't use it that often.
Yep.
I understand. Even I live in Japan and I can speak Japanese, but I can't understand everything everyone is saying. So you can become pretty fluent, but it's hard to become like completely fluent if you're not like super motivated.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yep. I forget where we were, but yeah, follow AniEmoN on Twitter and YouTube and all of that. He's an amazing, talented guy, so he'll continue to make a lot of cool stuff, I'm sure.
Follow and subscribe.
That's it. We mentioned it a little bit earlier. Geoexe made the artwork for this album. He did an amazing job, and well, maybe there isn't much more to say on this. I just wrote it down here some.
He's the amazing creator of Gwen Saga, and you should watch his series, subscribe to him, and follow him.
That's right. Weatherwitch is doing the voice of Ami in his series Gwen Saga. So
hello.
You'll also hear her voice in it. Although she's not saying words, she's mostly just reacting.
Wow.
That's it. So if you want more of that, check out Going Saga.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I have a question for you. So how do you have any thoughts about singing for this album? Like, did you learn something? Did you think something was difficult? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. I love the fact that it just evolved into something greater and bigger too. I thought this was going to be a one-track thing, but no, it turned into this whole big album, and it's so cool. I would say the most interesting part is learning the different types of singing, like the vibrato and the glitchy parts too. That was really cool.
Yeah.
But as far as difficulties, I'm not sure.
Yeah. We
Maybe the patience of this would evolve into something, but what? We have to let it sit and see if it can grow into something. And it did.
yeah, that's how it is sometimes. I have in the past had an idea in my head for like a year before I started working on it. But somehow it grew and it became a thing, and just at the time I didn't have time to like work on it. But then like just by thinking about it and like sometimes it matures and it becomes more a complete song that way.
Yeah.
And I think, well, some of that happened with these songs too, I think. Some of them I needed to take a break from them a little bit, and we needed to test a few things before we could see the final version of them.
Absolutely.
But I'm very happy with your vocal work.
Thank you.
It was interesting also coaching you a little bit on
Yes,
some parts.
especially the coaching. I appreciate that so much.
I am sometimes particular about certain things, like my own philosophy on singing, but like there are many styles of singing, right? Like you can be an opera singer, you can be a pop singer, you can be soul singer or something, and each style of singing needs something different. And I think for Weatherwitch, since she's Ami, what I emphasized to her is like, remember, you're Ami. When you're singing this, you have to be Ami. You have to be in the character. And so sometimes it can be difficult to be in the character,
especially
when you're
with
focused
the pitch
on melodies. Yes.
because she's on that higher register.
Yeah. And also you're focused on, maybe you could be focused on rhythm, you can be focused on the pitch, and you can be focused on the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, so it can be difficult to like find but I also need to sound like Ami. It can be
balance and patience is definitely my biggest struggle. And you help with that immensely.
Oh, I'm glad I could help. No, the end result was great, so I'm very happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking it one phrase at a time is sort of like the way that I've approached it. And we got there. We got it released, and it ended up great. We did it! Oh, that's from Merry Gwainmas.
It is Christmas time.
Yeah, it sure is. That's our Christmas song, by the way.
Yes.
So, it's been like a week, a little bit longer since we released this album now.
Yeah.
And for the first week there, I was like releasing one video at a time on my YouTube channel. And a lot of people joined and a lot of people commented. So it's been very interesting seeing what everyone is saying about this and like different thoughts and how many people watched and this kind of thing. Oh, there was something I thought about, some comments that a lot of people gave, and it was not something I necessarily thought about when making it, but I forget what it was, so never mind. These are things you should write down before.
Yeah, it happens though.
Yeah. But you know, it's like, oh, it sounds like Super Mario, or it sounds like
Kirby.
Kirby, or some kind of game.
Yeah.
And it's relaxing, is what a lot of people have said. Like, it's very relaxing. And
oh, absolutely. That's like the most comments that I've seen is definitely relaxing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice. That's yeah, I guess that's the reason why I called the album Noob Pillow. Or actually, Noob Pillow was suggested by Geoexe.
Yeah.
I think, what did I first say? I said something else to him. Like, I'm thinking of calling the album this, and he said, "What about Noob Pillow?" It's like, oh, that's even better. Plus, I could like see the album artwork working with that title.
Definitely.
But that was not my idea. That was Geo's idea, actually.
Geo back at it again with his amazing ideas.
Yeah, it's good. It's good at coming up with ideas and concepts. Anything you want to share about how this first week or so have been after release?
I just can't believe it's out.
It happened.
It was quite a journey, and now it's already out. All the music videos, and it's out on Spotify. It's out everywhere. It's awesome.
Well, yeah, for me too. Like the last 2 or 3 months, I'm just like, I gotta get this done, and then I worked really hard, both making the songs and mixing and mastering, and like making sure that we finish it, but then also like thinking about the release. When should I release it, and how should I prepare for it? It's like, okay, Spotify pre-save campaigns, that's a thing. That's probably a good thing to do. How do I do that? And then like talking to Geo, talking to AniEmoN, and like, can we get it done by this time maybe, or do we need some more time? And just the whole
just different marketing strategies, I would say.
Yeah, for me, I had to learn about that, like that part of it, which I didn't do that seriously before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was good that I made sure I had some time to do it before the release.
Yep.
And I think that has helped, definitely.
Oh, for sure.
I think for Spotify, there was like maybe 200 plus people had pre-saved it. So
that is crazy.
Yeah. So that was good. That was a good idea too. But I wonder sometimes, a lot of my Twitter or Instagram or something is a lot about like, oh, I'm releasing this in a month. Check this out, check this out, check this out, check this out. Maybe sometimes it's too much, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but I talked to some people who say like, well, you gotta let people know, because otherwise how would they? Like, just because some people know, it doesn't mean that everyone finds out about it.
Yep.
So there has to be some consistency there.
And algorithms change all the time.
Yeah. That's a tricky part to adjust to. Like, for example, this time on YouTube, I released one video a day. But maybe it would be better if I released one video a week or something to give each song, let it grow more. Because maybe like the next song sort of changes the algorithm for the previous video. But those things, but if I did that, that would be like very annoying, I think, for the people who looking forward to the album. They want to listen to it right away, right?
Maybe, but never know unless you try, you know?
Right. So that's why I did it this way this time.
Yeah. Experimentation.
Exactly. I'm learning. All right. Well, so you can get this album, or you can listen to it on YouTube, watch the videos on YouTube. You can listen to it on Spotify. It's on my Bandcamp page. And if you don't know what Bandcamp is, it's a place where you can buy music, and most of the profit goes to the artist. So it's better than buying it at iTunes or something like that. And CD is available, but only in the US, unfortunately. And I'm working on this. Hopefully I can send it to other places too. But man, the CD is very cool. Looks very nice.
Yeah.
I sent a copy to you, and you took some photos.
If I may, so sometimes I would do convention appearances if the opportunity presents itself. And as of December 2024, I have an upcoming convention in the Baton Rouge, Louisiana area at Louisiana RetroCon, and I will be selling CDs from On My Way and Noobe Pillow if you want to get one physically.
On the 24th?
No. February 1st and 2nd, 2025.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said the 24th December.
No.
I'm like, what?
December 2024. I mean, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I misheard. I was just thinking Christmas.
Christmas!
Yeah. Got it. Maybe there was someone else stupid like me that misheard.
I thought it was my speech as she's popping up again.
But we got it sorted out. February 1st and 2nd.
Yes.
In this convention. Where was it again?
It's around the Baton Rouge area in Louisiana.
I see.
Well, my first out-of-state con.
You should go there and say hi to Weatherwitch.
Yes, I would love to meet y'all.
Yeah, that's cool. Yes, and she'll be having a few of the CDs there, so you could pick up one there. Maybe she'll sign it.
Absolutely.
Nice. Yes. All right. Well, I think we're about to finish this podcast. And before we go, let's share some of our future plans.
Yes, the future plans of Robotprins.
So for me personally, I am right now working on a song for the Sonic Pro Fandubs YouTube channel. So I'm making a theme for them. You can listen to a work in progress version of it on my YouTube channel now. But I'm hoping that I can probably finish this one sometime this year, and it will be released on Spotify and YouTube and whatnot. But we haven't decided the date yet. But maybe at the earliest in January, but probably maybe February would be more reasonable.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. It will be a very much like a adventurous Robotprins song. So I hope you will enjoy it with guitar melody and synth melodies and whatnot. And after that, I'm going to work on a song for a animation called Historia.
Historia, Protect the Sun.
Historia, Protect the Sun. And it's actually one that Weatherwitch is also part of. You're doing voice acting for them, right?
Yes, I voice Dahlia.
There you go. So they haven't released anything yet. I don't think they have a YouTube channel yet even, but it's a project that is going to be probably released sometime in maybe not that soon. Maybe I shouldn't say anything here.
Maybe. But if you want to keep an update with Historia, I suggest following Waddle Ford Productions on Twitter and Blue Sky.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yes.
But I'll be live streaming this song, the first song that I'm going to work on for them.
Yeah.
Sometime probably in January, and then I'll ask Weatherwitch to sing on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a cover, but I'll talk more about this next year. So look forward to that. And me and Weatherwitch, we talked about making a Weatherwitch theme sometime next year.
Yes.
So we haven't decided too much more than that, but I'm looking forward to make a theme for you.
I am looking forward to it.
Do you have any like plans of how to use it? Will it just be like your theme, and it will be on your YouTube channel maybe? And
I think it'll be my theme. I'm not sure, but you never know. I'm pretty unpredictable.
You never know. It's good to have a theme.
Yeah.
Anyway, when in doubt, use your theme.
Yep.
That's how that works, I think. And then we also talked about making another Gwen Saga song sometime next year, but we'll take a little bit of a break from it.
Yep.
So maybe in summer we'll make another Gwen Saga song, is what we're talking about right now.
What are we workshopping for that? Should we tell?
We could tell our idea right now.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to Geo or anything about it yet, but you can go ahead and share.
Okay. Well, we're kind of workshopping some themes. We're thinking of like a beach summer themed song, or one of the ideas is like a fashion runway type song, because Ami's into fashion and modeling. But
Of course.
you never know. I kind of dig the summer vibes, but you never know.
Yeah, it's nice to have a Gwen Saga summer song in either case. Yeah.
Gwen Saga Summer.
And I like making a beach song. That would be nice. Something like a little bit bossa nova inspired.
Yeah. And I love the beach. Anytime there's a beach nearby, I just need to go and see the water and get some beachy air.
Beaches are nice.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Weatherwitch, she has her own show that she's working on called Space Cops.
Space Cops 24.
Space Cops 24. So I have made 2 tracks for her.
2 tracks.
And she hasn't released like a pilot or anything yet, but it's something that you're working on, I think.
Yes, slowly but surely, because I'm balancing a lot of things, especially a job. But I released a storyboard animatic back in the summer. It had 2 voice actors that are definitely confirmed that you should follow. Opie Princess and Omega Blaster. Nice. But I will say there are confirmed voices for the main crew, which I am leaving as a surprise, but I am going to release their names early next year because they've been waiting so long. and they are excited. I actually got some test lines from 2 members of Crew 24, so I'm excited.
Very nice. Yes, I'm also excited about this. It's starting to shape up into a cool show. And
I'm
I will be
also learning
making
some
more
animation
music
programs too.
Sorry. Yes, I will be making some music, some more music for Space Cups next year.
Mm-hmm.
So look forward to some more Robotprins Space Cups music.
Yep.
And in general, for me, next year I will be focusing on single releases.
Single releases.
Thinking. So maybe every 2-3 months, if I can release something, that would be nice. That's my next plan there.
Well, if you need voices, I am at the ready.
Yes. Excellent.
I just hope 2025 will be a little bit easier on me.
I hope so too.
It's
I
been
hope
a
2025 will be nice for you and for all of the viewers.
Yep.
2024 has been a very busy year for me, but it's also been an awesome year, and I can't be more happy now than to have released this album. It feels very rewarding, like
very rewarding.
I got this one thing done.
Like, so we can all breathe now that it's out in the open.
Yes. And people are liking it.
Yeah.
So it's great. I'm very excited also to just see how this continues and grows.
Me too.
You know, fully more and more people will notice it.
I think
some of them I think have some potential because of the nice videos by AniEmoN.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think this is going to do it for today's podcast. We'll see if we make more podcasts in the future, but this was interesting.
Yeah.
You had a good time, Weatherwitch?
I had a blast.
Me too. All right. Well, so I hope all of you have a nice end of the year. Happy holidays to everyone, and
Happy New Year.
Happy holidays to you too. And Happy New Year. Yeah. Okay, so until next time, see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.